Your one-stop shop for everything Arizona Cardinals in the OMFL. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is going to be our off-season and Week 1 update. Can't believe we've already got through the season. The last time that we spoke, we were covering and recapping our Tampa Bay Bucks loss in the playoffs. So we have revamped our team. We have filled some holes, picked up a couple of draft picks that we are hoping that will help us out. And I already played our Week 1 game, which was an absolute instant classic in the OFL. If you haven't watched it, go to the YouTube channel. You need to watch it. I had to make a massive comeback against the Giants. They played outstanding. I was lucky enough to come out of Week 1 at home with a victory. I won the game 27-24, but as you will see, the Giants really had their way with me. 276 yards for the Cardinals to 205 yards for the Giants. 101 rushing yards for the Cardinals, 195 for the Giants. 3 defensive sacks for my Cardinals, only 1 for the Giants. The defense and offensive red zone percentage was 100 for both. Third down percentage was 75 for the Cardinals, 38 for the Giants. That helped me a lot. I needed to stay on the field a lot more, but the Giants did come away and win the turnover battle 2-0, and they also kind of won the penalty yards, but it was pretty much nothing on both sides, 15-20. This game really was all about the rushing attack. Both Kelly and Ingram were held to almost nothing most of the game, and then all of a sudden, both of them broke 2 massive back-to-back yard plays on back-to-back drives for long touchdowns. One of 67 for Ingram, one of 55 for Kelly, and they were massive wide open holes. Tyrod Taylor played exceptionally well, 16 of 24, 227. Most of all, no interceptions, even though he didn't throw any picks. Odell Beckham had a massive one-handed catch for a long 56-yard gain, which set them up for a touchdown. He had 6 for 144. Snead had 4 for 42. And then Adams threw in 3 for 19. On the offensive side of the ball for the Cardinals, Jimmy Garoppolo struggled again today. Same thing that haunted me last season has followed me into this season. Interceptions. 2 interceptions on the day. 21 of 34 for 285. He did have the 1 touchdown. Johnson played better today. 20 carries for 89 yards. 2 touchdowns. But again, not a lot of running lanes. The Giants were pretty stiff up front and were able to keep Johnson from busting any big runs. John Brown had 7 receptions for 143 with a touchdown along of 41. Floyd threw in another 3 for 26, and then Archibald, the second-year tight end, had 6 for 57. But it was really Brown who was able to get behind the defense and make a couple of big plays. On the defensive side of things for both teams, Brandon Williams, there we go, sorry about that, had 1 sack on the day, as did Gooden and Smart. Smart picking up where his rookie year left off. But again, we caused no turnovers. Our top tackler was a bunch of guys that were tied for 3 in both Smart and Gooden. So it's good to see those 2 guys picking it up. But our defense has to play much better. On the defensive side of things for the Giants, it was really Eli Apple with the 2 interceptions. Vernon coming off the edge with the 1 sack. Really, he caused a lot more issues than that 1 sack and 3 tackles go to show. He had 1 huge tackle in the backfield that stopped a long drive, and really was just able to cause just enough issues to Garoppolo to cause him to make a couple of bad throws, and Eli Apple caught everything that came his way. Either way, we were able to make a massive comeback, score a late touchdown. The Giants came back and tied the game. We went into overtime, and I was able to come away with a really nice victory as we just kind of plugged away and kept fighting and kept fighting. The Giants are going to win a lot of games. It's a very steady team. A little bit of an unknown in this league. Hasn't had a lot of games under his belt. This is only his first official game, but still very good player with a very good team. You guys are going to have to watch for that rushing attack. Now we're going to move into the off season. We are finished through the free agent season on the last video. Go back and watch that. We did recap our free agent pickups, but we felt like we had a good plan going into the off season for the draft. We had done a lot of homework. We knew there was only a few spots for us to plug and play, and we really were going to start looking for a lot of young talent that we could just have in the backup positions and help us as some of these 5-year contracts are going to start coming up. It happens to all of us. Even this year, I have 2 myself with both an offensive lineman in Tarpley and my halfback David Johnson. And so anytime you can put young talent on your team, it's a very good thing. Unfortunately, we didn't have a very strong draft. Only 4 guys out of all 10 of the picks are actually going to make the team. Another 3 or 4 or 5 were able to be moved to to the practice squad. But overall, we were only happy with 2 of the picks. The other 2 just made the team because they were a draft pick and they're a solid backup player. Sentez Keller was our first pick in the first round, the 24th pick overall. The 6'2", 255 defensive end out of Oklahoma came to us as a 79 overall. He does have 80 block shed, 77 strength, 77 tackle, and he is quick enough to get off of the edge with 83 speed, 88 acceleration, 84 agility. He's got 85 hit power, 86 pursuit, 91 stamina, 78 power move, and 85 finesse move. So he has a lot of tools at his disposal, and he will be a plug-and-play opposite of our guy Smart, who we drafted last year. He'll be an outstanding player for us, and hopefully just one of those young talents that can help us build this offensive line. Our second pick of the draft was Griffin Rutledge, the right tackle out of Arkansas State. He was the 24th pick. Griffin has 91 strength, 73 impact blocking, 76 pass blocking, 80 run blocking. Nothing to get too excited about. Maybe a solid long-term backup for our team, but overall, not that great of a pick, and we weren't very happy with it. Moving into the third round, we had pick number 18. We actually had several third-round picks, but this is the only guy that made the team. Devin Whittle, the defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh, comes to a 69 overall. Only 87 strength, 76 tackle, 69 block shed. It's a little to worry about. 70 speed, so he's quick. He's an inside guy, pass rusher guy, but we worry about the strength and the block shed. Those are 2 things that does not help us at defensive tackle. But we'll keep him on the team, see if we can build him up, and we'll see what comes of him. And then finally in the 7th round, pick number 24, we actually got somebody that we were super excited about. We almost took him in the 6th round, but he lasted all the way to the 7th. And Junior Kilgore, the defensive end out of Vanderbilt, ended up being a very good player, probably our best value pick of the whole draft. 77 strength, 86 speed, 85 acceleration, 71 block shed, 77 power, 81 finesse move, 82 hit power, and 71 agility. The guy has a lot of tools, still needs to learn the game a little bit better. 70 overall, but we feel like he's going to be a primary backup for us, a young guy who can get some playing time and really build himself up. We're excited about Junior Kilgore being on this team. So there you have it. That is the draft for the Arizona Cardinals and our Week 1 game against the New York Giants. Up next is going to be the Minnesota Vikings, as we have one of the toughest schedules this year. And we're really going to have to focus, get that running game going, keep those interceptions down, and really keep this team rolling along. So we'll see you next week. Peace.